Well, good morning. My name is Paul. As you guys can see that. I am the York City Forester. How many of you guys like to get dirty? How many of you guys like to Guess what? I get paid to do both. I get dirty, I get to climb trees, we get to cut trees down, we get to plant trees. Does anybody know why we are here today? What do you think?
Arbor Day.
Arbor Day, that is right. You know what Arbor Day is? It is about trees. What do you think? Well, it's not actually Earth Day. Arbor Day is a day set aside especially for trees. Does anybody know why trees are important? What do you think?
Trees are the air that you couldn't breathe in, and trees can just take the dirt and they're out of the air, and without trees, animals
That's right. Hey, listen up. I can't hear everybody's answer. Why do you think trees are important?
Because they give you eyesight.
Give you what?
They give you oxygen.
Yes. Who here, hey, listen up. Who here likes to breathe? Well, me, I do too. Trees produce oxygen, which allow us to breathe. Where were you guys all at right before you came here?
Home.
You know what they built your school with?
What?
Trees. How many of you guys write with a pencil? Where do you think they get the wood for the pencil? Trees. Who writes on paper? Where'd they get that? That's right, trees. Trees are very important. We need to take care of trees every day. Now listen, today is a day to celebrate trees. But you also, sometimes trees die. And that's sad. Okay? That tree right there has died. Okay? So we're going to make the park a little safer today. We're going to take that tree down. Has anybody ever seen a tree cut down?
No! I want to see
Well, that's a pretty big tree we're going to take down. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Joel. He is with American Tree Experts, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about how they're going to cut the tree down. So how about a big round for Mr. Joel? Hi guys, how are you doing? Like Mr. Walter said here, the trees died. Now we have to take it down. We don't want somebody walking by and having a branch come down and hit them. We have to make it safe. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut a little piece of what they call piece of pie out of the trunk, and that'll help us take it right that way. And after we're done with that, we're going to run some of the limbs, some of the top wood there, through our chipper, which grinds it into small wood chips, which we use for mulching trails or around your playgrounds and stuff. That they have that. We try and recycle everything, and of course the bigger wood we use for our firewood. So, does anybody in here know what a lumberjack yells when they cut a tree down? Timber, right. Now, listen guys, I'm going to stand over here. My man's going to cut the tree. He's going to notch it, and then he's going to start cutting it behind, and when it starts to go, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then you're all going to yell timber. All right, now let's rehearse this, because I want to hear you guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. ones up here. So we're only taking one down today. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, we have to a few more to get down, but we only have time for so much here today. I hope that was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't get to watch too many. Now listen, what he's going to do is he's going to stick out some of that brush. The stuff at the top is called brush. It's going to go through the chipper. How many of you guys spread mulch at your house? No, we're not going to get dirty. Later, get to plant a tree. something good to tell you. Alright, what do I have in my hand? A stick, right. This came off a maple tree, so this is a what? A maple stick, right? Alright, did anybody ever hear of a pixie tree? There was a stick off of a pixie tree. What would you call it?
A pixie stick.
You mean like these? Oh my, yeah! Listen, you guys, I want you to learn a lot today. Behave yourself, listen to your teachers. And at the end of the day, your teachers will distribute one for each one of you, providing you guys are good. Okay, I'm going to give these to your teachers, and they'll take care of giving to you later today. Obviously, we don't want you running around school eating these. So, now, real quick, This is what we got, guys.
Back up.
Come out of the tree here. It's just
Back up a little.
just the wood chips. And we use these as mulch, playgrounds, a lot of different things. Recycling's very important in our business. So there you go. Now, that's part one of my presentation. You're going to split up into... Oh, Paul, take it over. All right, we'll do. Thank you.
Let's hear it for the gentleman who cut the tree down. Okay, teachers, can I have one class stay right here?
Why are you putting your hands up?
Which is...
Let's have Mrs. Shelton's class stay here. I'm Miss Waters.
Okay. Miss Shelton's class can stay right here. The other three classes, come with me. Okay, listen. All these things on this table I have found in all my years of doing tree work. Okay? Do you guys know what that is right there?
A nail.
What is it?
A nail.
Well, that's not, it's like it's a bolt. It's what they call a lag bolt. That was put in a tree. Can you see it from this side?
No.
You know what happened when I cut the tree down?
Yes.
I found that. You know what happens if you hit that with a chainsaw?
Your chainsaw breaks.
My chainsaw breaks, somebody can get hurt. What's that, buddy?
Or maybe it would not come out. And
Well-
the tree would be dead.
Actually, this tree was dead. That's why we took it down. But see, that's why you don't put nails in trees. Because that happens. See this piece right here? See that little shiny thing right there? You know what that is?
A nail.
That is a nail. Somebody nailed something in the tree, and I cut it with the chainsaw. See, that's dangerous because then the chain can break and I can get hurt. Yes, ma'am.
There's a tree by a school that has some kind of metal thing in it. I think that might be a big nail.
Well, that's why you shouldn't nail stuff into trees, because it can be dangerous. Does anybody know what this is?
Whoa. I got one kind of question.
What do you think?
A twisty stick.
Well, this is actually off a willow tree, and they grew together.
Oh, what is that?
This was two branches, and they grafted together. Okay? Same thing here. Look, it grafted, it made like a handle.
Like this?
Looks like a what?
That looks like a cup holder.
That's what it looks like. It looks like a cup holder.
Looks like this too.
Look, here's another one.
That looks like a cup.
It looks like it looks like my coffee cup in the morning.
That's a big one.
Big one, yeah. Not much anymore, buddy. Does anybody have any idea how that happened? What do you think? Nope, not a squirrel. What do you think?
They cut it off.
Nope. Nope. Any other guesses? What do you think? Well, I'll tell you what happened. That was caused by another branch, rubbing on another branch. Okay, that's what caused that to do that.
You don't want to get splinters, do you?
No, I don't like getting splinters. A branch did that. That's why if you have trees at home and you have branches that are rubbing, you should take one of the branches off because eventually that's just going to break. Okay? Put that there. Any idea what caused that? Look at that neat little thing.
Looks like a mouth.
Yeah. You know what do you think?
I think a chainsaw.
Nope. You know what that was? That was growing in a piece of angle iron by a fence.
What?
Yeah, the tree was growing up and it was growing around a piece of metal.
Poor little tree.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That's why you got to take care of trees. Let's go down here. What do you think of this one?
That's a bamboo stick.
What do you think of that? What do you think caused that?
It causes fall off the tree.
Do you know why it caused that?
Why?
Look real close. See this right here? There was a vine that grew on. This was a box elder tree. And that vine grew up the tree, and that was the tree trying to grow around it. Okay? Yes, sir. Yep, that's my walking stick. Or if you guys don't behave, it's going to be something else. All right, well, that's what that is. Anybody know what this is?
It looks like this.
What's it look like?
It looks like a person valve.
Who said it?
Me. A heart.
Looks like a what?
A heart.
What number?
A 6. 4.
Number 4. Looks like number 4.
Wait, what? Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. This one right here.
I found that in a tree one time.
Oh,
Sorry. Look at this. What letter?
Bunny head. A bunny head.
Why? Why do you ask? Because I found it in a tree. Oh, we don't use it. It's a why.
No, it's actually with a Y.
Listen, okay, listen up. All this stuff on the table, you guys can look at. Okay, you're allowed to pick them up. I just need somebody to tell me what they think that's from.
Wow. What this one?
What do you think?
It looks like a triangle. Oh, it's like a piece of.
This is just a small piece of a tree.
What?
That was a piece. Did they know the tree we took down earlier? Yeah. That was about 10 times the size of it. That's just a piece of it.
That looks like a triangle. Oh, why are you trying to pick it up?
So you guys can look at all this stuff on the table. Just be careful with it.
How old is it? So I bet 100 years old.
That was where it ran.
Hammer. Doesn't it look like?
Listen up, everybody. Put everything back on the table.
Hi guys.
Hi. Hello, Mr. Paul. Oh, there's not Paul.
That's close enough. Hey, want to ask you a question. I think a lot of you know the answers. Your other classmates, a few of them did. But does anybody know, by looking at that stump there, how to tell the age of a tree? Yes. The what? No, there's no numbers on it. Go ahead.
By the growth ring.
Growth rings. Very good.
Dang.
So now what I'd like you guys to do is we're going to come over here and see if we can count. These are pretty hard on this tree to count. I know about how old it is because I know how the old age of the park is, but why don't we come over here and just kind of look around? And here's one. That's how much wood is put on this tree.
I'm taking it.
So here, we can look over here too.
1,000.
Yeah, we don't want to get splinters. But that's how much wood is put on a tree each year. The wider the ring, the healthier the tree. What was your question? That just happened when we dropped it. When it hit the grass. See, there's more.
So how old is it? Count.
Well, that's the best way to do that's on that one over there.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Watch
one's
out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The rings are, guys, the rings are like this. Like circles. See them as they come out? You see where they come, right? There's one, there's one, there's one. Here you can see through here. That's about 10 years worth of growth right there.
How old is it?
I think it's around 60 to 70 years old.
Maybe it's 55. Maybe it's 50. Hey, excuse me.
Some do get that old. My name is Joel.
Well, Mr. Joel, do you know why we need trees? We need trees because oxygen and maple syrup.
Yeah, maple syrup. They sure do.
Mr. Joe.
I do. I was playing in the wood.
Mr. Joe. Oh, mine's are ants in there.
That they live in the tree.
Nature is cool.
Yep, certain types of ants do. Yeah, that's a nice little what they call a squirrel den. They call a squirrel den.
Touch the ant. I found one too.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's wet, right?
Now, another quick question, guys.
Okay.
Get everybody over here.
Over where?
Gentlemen.
Well, they're still counting the rings. That's okay. I can hit that group too little later. The trees that have leaves on, of course, they're alive. But what are they producing? Have you guys learned that yet?
No.
Yes.
Air.
Air, but what's in air? What do we breathe? What do you and I breathe? That keeps
Oxygen.
Oxygen, right. And what do we exhale when we breathe out? Do you know that yet?
I know. Look at that. Is it dirty air?
I guess you could call it that. It's called carbon dioxide. And that's exactly what a tree breathes in, is carbon dioxide, and gives us our oxygen. So we're kind of helping each other out. Pretty neat, huh? Pretty neat, huh? Huh? Pretty neat. Okay, what are we going to use this piece for, guys? Does anybody know? Paul talked about a little earlier what the wood is used for.
It's a chopper.
You could use it for a chopping block. You could use it for pencils or mulch or
fire.
Firewood. Paper. Thank you. And what else? What else? Yeah. There are ants on me. They don't eat much.
One just flipped my eyeball.
That's just a wood chip. You'll be all right. Yes.
Oxygen.
Trees make oxygen, right? Okay, we're going to actually cut all this into firewood and burn it. That's what we're going to do with this. No, we're not going to do that today. We're going to finish cleaning up and. Do you guys have any questions about trees?
Yes.
What questions? Yes, your question.
If trees die, wait for them. Trees like grow back.
Trees do grow back by seeds. They produce seeds, and they're carried by birds or the wind, and they fall to the ground and grow. It's just pretty simple.
Derek,
yeah.
You know that that one's the trees.
That's why we cut the dead ones down, because we don't want the branches falling down. Yes.
How do you know if the trees are dead with no leaves?
That's exactly right. Now in the wintertime we wouldn't be able to tell that too well. But in the summertime when all the leaves are out, or now it's the spring, they're coming out, we know which ones have to come down.
Because it snows all over the trees?
Well, there's no leaves on the trees in the wintertime. They all fall down. Remember that? In the fall they fall down and you gotta rake them up. Yes.
Yeah, but those aren't the fighting ones. Flies have feelings.
They very well could. I'm not going to deny that.
And since you cut it down, you hurted it.
But it was dead.
We talked about this, darling. It was already dead.
Even though it's dead, it still gets its feelings.
Well, the thing is, your feelings would probably get hurt if you walk by and this limb, one of the dead limbs dropped on you. That's why we don't want them in a park. In the woods, maybe we would want to leave the dead trees up. In a park like this, we have to take them down for safety. That's important. We don't want things falling on anybody that's over here running around and having fun. Yes.
Where did the seeds come from?
From the trees, up in the trees. None of these have any on right now. These produce their seeds in the fall, so yes.
That tree looks like it's going to fall.
That tree is in bad shape. Now right there, you can see there, that little hole there, that's a squirrel's den. I don't think there's any squirrels in it, and we're not going to reach up and find out, but that's where they raise their families, in those little holes. Yeah, I know. That's not a good one, huh? See these holes here?
Yeah.
These are either one or two things. They're either woodpecker holes, or they're exit holes from a beetle that was inside the tree feeding on the dead wood. Dead trees provide a lot of...
Oh, more holes!
There's more holes. Yeah, these are probably exit holes from beetles. Yeah. Dead trees provide a lot of, as you see, the ants for birds, for woodpeckers in particular. That's just a, I don't know what that is. Feather. Yeah. But anyhow, yeah, and there's a beetle right there, a shell of one.
I see it. Where is it?
Thank you very much for your attention. Very good, very quiet, and you want to learn about trees. I appreciate that. And remember what I told you at the end of the day, your teacher will give them enough of these fellas, one for each of you. My favorite, pixie sticks. And thanks again, not right now. I don't think your teachers want to eat you before lunch.
Oh my God. You have to behave all day. Maybe the last day of school.
No!
But anyways, they'll have them for you.
Alright, hi guys.
Hi!
My name's Bob. I'm going to take you on a little stroll through the trees here. And we can talk about what kind of animals live in trees. And what kind of animals use trees for food. And what kind of things come from trees that we can eat. And things like that. So, anybody have any ideas about what kind of animals might live in a tree? Yes. Squirrels, definitely. I see a lot of them around here. What else might live in trees? Beetles. they might even, what else might beetles do with trees besides live in them? They might also eat trees. They'll eat leaves. Yes. Chipmunks. And hold on, slow down. I can't walk backwards too fast. I'm gonna fall.
Yeah, and you're gonna walk too close to them, please. So give them some space.
Okay, so we have squirrels and chipmunks and raccoons can live in trees. Now, most of the, see all these little cavities, these little holes up in the tree? That's where a lot of the squirrels will make their home. In fact, just the other day, I was up here and I saw a squirrel poking his head out of one of those little holes. Well, I didn't know if we get to see that today or not. Right, birds live in trees. And how do birds live? What do birds do when they live in a tree? Do they? How do they live in a tree?
They build nests.
Right, they build a nest. Sometimes birds will also live in those cavities. Some birds, like woodpeckers, they'll find a hollow tree and they'll make a hole in it, and then they'll make a nest inside that cavity. Yes.
I saw a woodpecker.
Did you? Yeah, they're pretty neat, aren't they? So we talked about birds nesting in trees, and we talked about squirrels living in the cavities of trees, and chipmunks, and sometimes raccoons will make their homes in trees. Another thing that makes their home in a larger cavity of a tree that's very beneficial, bats.
Yes.
Anybody like or not like bats?
I like bats.
Why are bats really good? What's good about bats? What?
They eat little things.
Right, they eat bugs, so you don't have as many bugs out here bugging you since you have bats that might eat them. And they'll make their homes in cavities of trees.
They also have super hearing.
Super hearing, yes, they do hear very well. That's how they find things. All right, so we can keep walking down this way. So another benefit to trees is they're a food source for a lot of different animals. So what parts of a tree might animals eat? The sap? Well, there are some birds that actually will make holes in the tree and will let the sap drain out. The yellow-bellied sapsucker, right. And then there's other animals that eat the leaves. And then there's other animals that eat well, sometimes in the wintertime, when times are tough and they can't find food, they'll eat the bark of some trees. They'll also eat fruit or seeds that come off of a tree. What kind of fruit do you guys like from trees? What do you think? What kind of fruit comes off of a tree? Yes.
Apples and oranges.
Apples and oranges. Anything else?
Sometimes peaches.
Peaches come from trees.
Bananas.
Bananas come from trees. And what else? Plums. Yes, plums come from trees. Yes. Okay. Well, what other things other than fruit comes off of a tree that we can eat? What? Maple syrup comes from trees, yes, but that's not a fruit. What else?
I'm thinking tomatoes.
Tomatoes come from a plant. I'm talking about nuts. Don't a lot of trees have nuts? Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah, I told her to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What's that? Yeah, sometimes they are. But nuts come from trees and a lot of animals, and we eat nuts for a lot of different things. So, yes. Oh, those are acorns. Yeah, they're acorns from an oak tree. Yes.
Is there any walnut trees here?
I haven't seen any walnut trees here. Mostly what they have here are maple trees and a few oak trees and some pine trees. You guys know, so all these trees here are maple trees. What happens to the leaves in the fall?
Oh.
Right, they turn colors and then they fall off, right? So, I'm gonna wait till everybody gets together here. That's good right there. Yeah, but they use the tree to make that light post. So, the maple trees, that the leaves fall off the tree. Does anybody know what kind of tree it is that the leaves fall off? Anybody know that word? Do you know?
Autumn.
No? What kind of? Deciduous. Good job. Deciduous tree.
Do that. Let me say deciduous because that was in college.
Well, that's good. That's deciduous trees. Now, the other type of tree, see these trees over here with the needles on them?
No, pine trees.
Pine trees. Do their needles fall off in the winter?
No.
Right. They're called evergreens Because their needles stay on all winter long.
So
They're forever green. And they're also called conifers because they have cones. So conifers have cones. So there are evergreens that don't have cones. So, does what? Yes.
I once found this spot at the park. Do it.
Yeah, probably.
And I went home to get a baggie, and I came back and put all the pine cones in the bag.
And the other thing with these guys, see, there's pine trees, but no, they're not all pine trees. Not all evergreens are pine trees, because the first two little ones and that one, those are pine trees. The big tall one there in the back, that's a spruce tree. So it's not a pine, it's a spruce. And there's over there, that's a spruce tree. Does anybody know what the largest tree is? What the tallest tree?
What's your tree?
Redwood.
Redwood. Excellent.
Yay!
Do you know how big they get?
No.
They get over 300 feet tall.
Yeah.
300 feet. Do you guys know how tall these trees are here? How tall do you think that tree is?
100.
Maybe 80 feet tall.
Yeah.
So redwoods are 300 feet tall. So take that tree times 3.5. And that's how tall a redwood is. And do you know how big around they are at the base? Do you guys see that building up there? It's called a gazebo. A redwood would just fit inside the gazebo. That's how big the trunk could get.
You hear that? The redwood's
And it's hollow, so it's
Sometimes they're hollow. In fact, there was a redwood in California that had a tunnel cut through it for cars to drive through. But I think that one fell down. Did you see it in the movie? There's a bird nest right up in the tree. That's the seed. This is what the tree grows from. It starts from this. This comes off the tree, spins down, and hits the ground, and this starts a new tree. This is where they come from. So that little thing will grow into a big tree like this. You can pass it around, show everybody. Here, you pass that one around. What's your name, young lady?
Christiana.
Christiana?
You can call me Bella.
Bella?
Good to see you. Bella, like
Bella.
Belle
Okay.
from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, okay.
That's fun.
Why don't you step back a little bit, Bella? All right, gang, we're going to plant a tree today. My name is Tom. I'm the owner of Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, but I know a lot about trees. I'm an arborist. Been doing this for about 25 years, so I know a lot about trees, and I know a lot about planting trees properly. That's what we're here to do. Not just plant a tree, but I want to teach you just a couple of things that help a young tree survive, because that makes all the difference in the world when we're trying to plant a tree. This tree was donated by the Garden Club of York. There are a couple ladies here. Well, this lady's from the Garden Club, Maryland. And they donated the 4 trees that you see today. Anybody take a wild guess as to what kind of tree this is? Oak tree. You hit it right off the bat. It is an oak tree, and in Pennsylvania we have at least, I'd say, 10 different oak trees that grow in our state. This one happens to be a scarlet. You're gonna head out? Okay, all right.
Good to see you guys.
Say goodbye to the mayor.
Take care.
Bye. You too. Bye, Mayor.
Okay, we're good.
Nice to meet the mayor and have her come out. She's always supportive of our causes and trees and tree care. But this is a scarlet oak. It gets its name because in the fall of the year, when leaves change their color, these leaves will be a brilliant scarlet red color. And we need some color in this park because all the big trees that you see, almost all of them, are sugar maples, and they turn yellow, which is attractive, but we got a couple hundred yellow trees in this park, so we're trying to get some different color in here, so scarlet red color will be a nice addition. This tree came from a nursery here in York County. When they dig it out of the nursery, they dig it out what we call this root ball that you see here. This ball would continue around, but we filled it in because we didn't have a lot of time today. We wanted to get this tree planted, so I have it about half to 2/3 planted already, but I wanted to save this gap here to show you how we fill a tree in, fill the dirt in, because you're going to get involved and help me. You're all going to take a shovel here in a minute and help fill this hole. So you can say that you helped plant a tree. And the rest of your life, when you come up in this park and spend time in the park doing things, you can come over here to this tree and say, I helped plant that tree. And this will be your tree.
park. And remember which one it is of the 4 that are planted. Remember, this one is here at this end of the park. From the 4 that were planted, this tree is your tree. So I want you to take ownership of it, because maybe you'll help protect it and take care of it. Can you save your question for a minute? I'm going to get through a couple things, and then we'll ask some questions. Anybody have any idea why this paper is on this tree? Yes? Sorta. It's there to protect it, because when this tree was transported from the nursery in a truck, they came here and it might have been laying on its side, and they didn't want the trunk of the tree to get all scraped and cut and bruised, so they put paper on it to protect it. Once we get it in the hole like this, we can take the paper off, and that's what I'm going to do here. Pruning snips, cut these strings, just get this paper off the tree. Get rid of that.
Wow. It did go.
Okay. When this tree is dug out of the nursery, they have to obviously cut it in a chunk big enough to transport. Even though this ball looks pretty small, that still weighs probably 150, 200 pounds. That's a lot of material, a lot of weight to lift. But they need to do that to be able to transport it. But when they cut this root ball out, they leave 90% of this tree's roots in the nursery. So we only have about 10% of this tree's natural roots. That's a tremendous disadvantage for any tree. And we want to do everything possibly right to give this tree a fighting chance to make it, because it only has 10% of its roots. So we got to do it just right. That means planting it not too deep, not too shallow. You can see this tree grew in the nursery. And this was basically the soil level in the nursery. And we want to put it in the ground and match up with the surrounding soil here in the park. So we got it pretty level. This is a little high here, but we can shave that down a little bit. But this looks pretty good. We're pretty level with the surrounding ground. The city did a very nice hole yesterday, digging this hole and getting the tree in, not too deep, not too shallow, so we're good there. Now we're ready to fill in the rest of this hole, and that's where I need your help. So each of you can take a shovel. You'll all get a turn. Just go slow and in order. Everybody, I guarantee you, will get a chance. Take a shovel full of dirt, throw it in the hole, and then hand the shovel to one of your classmates. So go ahead.
No.
Not that one. Yep. Just the soil. We have 4 shovels. A young man, you can come around here with a shovel. There's room over here. Go ahead, just dump it in there. Then hand the shovel to somebody else.
Here, I'll take that. And I'll take it.
Try and get it here. Let me help you get a big shovel.
Who's that?
There. Take that.
You already did it, then step back, please.
As soon as you've done it, step back and give the shovel to a classmate. Everybody gets a chance.
Be careful where you're hitting it.
Stay in order, that's fine. As you're dumping soil in here, I'm gonna pack some of this dirt in. In fact, you can even use your foot. And we're stomping that dirt and packing it down. Anybody have any idea why we're packing the dirt in? Why would we want to pack the dirt in?
Tanya, she says something.
It's in a roundabout way. That's the right answer. She said so we could have more soil go down in there. That's exactly right. We're compacting it. We're compacting the soil to drive out some of the air that's trapped in the soil, because air down next to those roots of this tree is its worst enemy. The air dries out the little roots, and it'll kill the little roots that this tree needs to survive. Remember, we only have 10% of its roots to begin with, so we want to help every root survive, and we do that by driving the air out of the soil by packing it in. So that looks good. Keep dumping some soil.
Back up. Watch out.
Excellent. Okay, back up. All right. Here, let me help you get some. Can you lift that? Take it over there. Just dump it anywhere in there. Fairly level, packed in, looking pretty good. Remember that I tell you we need to look for this flare on the trunk of the tree. It should come down, and right before it goes into the ground, it should flare out. That looks good. Okay, we got one more thing we want to do. This is some mulch. Remember when we took the tree down and chipped up that big log down there and made those wood chips? They take those wood chips and they put them in a big pile, and they turn it and compost it over a couple months period of time, and the end result is this nice mulch. You guys need to step back. I'm going to go right that way with a couple scoops of mulch. Hang Take about four scoops here. Anybody have any idea why we put mulch around trees? Yes, young lady?
To keep the dirt from getting dry.
Excellent. That's a good reason. She said to keep the dirt from getting dry. Underneath this mulch, if we didn't have mulch here, this soil would dry out very quickly in the sunlight, but by putting mulch over it, that soil will stay moist, and those young tree roots that need so much help will get extra moisture, so that helps it from drying out. There's a couple more reasons why we mulch. It also, when it's a couple inches deep around the tree like this, it keeps these grasses and weeds from growing, and the grasses and weeds actually compete against those little roots, so this removes some of the competition by having a nice layer of mulch around it. And then lastly, one of the big reasons of having a mulch ring like this around the tree helps protect it from the mowers. When the mowers come in and mow this park, they don't want to come right up next to the tree and bang into it. They have to stay out here and trim around the edge of the mulch so they don't even get close to the tree. And that helps protect the tree as well. So it also looks pretty. So there you have it.
Good enough.
You guys helped plant this tree. You did an excellent job. Appreciate you guys. We're all going to get together here in a minute over at the pavilion. And I think everybody's going to head that way now. Any last questions about this scarlet oak tree? We cut a tree down this morning, but we planted 4 more trees today. So we took one down, but we planted 4 more in its place. So that's a big improvement. Whenever we take a tree down, we want to at least replace it. And in this case, we replaced it 4 times over with 4 new trees. So we're helping the park improve by adding some new trees. So you guys did a great job. Appreciate you listening. One last question. Yes. Yes, all the trees we planted today, all 4 of them are scarlet oaks. Yep, good question.
Listen up. Did you guys learn anything about trees today?
Yeah!
Yeah. Are trees good?
Yeah!
Yes, they are. Trees are very good.
Whatever you read out.
We don't like to destroy trees. We like to plant trees, right?
Yeah!
Right. Now listen, one other thing that the city has received over the years is the Tree City USA Award. And that's through the National Arbor Day Foundation. We have to apply for it, we have to take care of trees, and we have to do things to get that award. We got it again last year. Now this is Matt Kern, he is with the state. He's gonna present me with the Tree City USA Award. I need 2 volunteers to hold the flag. I'll take you, and I'll take you. Who's here? I'm sorry. You guys stand there. Okay, listen up. Mr. Matt has to talk to you. Start screaming.
Hello, my name is Matthew Kern, and I'm the Service Forester for York and Adams County. Today I'm here as a representative for the National Arbor Day Foundation to present York with their Tree City USA materials for the 28th year. To maintain this status, York must meet the following criteria: a shade tree board or department, a shade tree ordinance, an annual budget of $2 per capita, and an annual observance and proclamation. So congratulations to the city for your hard work and dedication for the 28th year. Thank you.
Come here, guys. I need somebody to help hold the flag. That's your flag.
You'll get the sad plate.
Yep, I'm going to hold it either end. Turn around, show it. Stretch it out. Let the bottom down. Hold it up. See it? You get her?
How's that?
See? Turn around so they can see. So they can see. Hold the bottom.
This is on
How many trees did we plant today? 4. 4 trees. Do you know how we got those 4 trees?
Sapling. Donated.
We got those trees from a nursery.
Yeah.
Okay? We had to pay for those trees, but the city didn't. The Garden Club of York bought the trees for today. Okay? So I would like for you, I won't put you on the spot. Some of these ladies here are from the Garden Club. They wanted to come see what their money was going for. And they got to see some kids planting the trees that they bought. Okay? So if you guys would please give them a big round of applause and say thank you. Okay, now listen, I got one other thing. There's Smokey the Bear. Listen, guys, each one of your classes got to plant one tree. So if you guys get a chance to walk up here, keep an eye on your tree. If you see somebody messing with it, tell them to let it alone. Okay? I want to thank the guys from Heritage. They helped you plant the tree today.
We have a seedling for them.
What I need you guys to do now is get with your class, and in line, you each get to have a seedling, a piece of paper that tells you how to plant it. You get to shake Smokey's hand, and you get a pixie stick because you were so good.
You're welcome.
Thanks, guys.
Here you go, buddy. You want a pencil?
Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming up,
That team shows you how to plant your tree.
Keep an eye on your tree.
The pencil. Would you like a pencil?
There you go.
Pencil, fella?